The Element Stealth X gearbox. This is the same transmission that's in the new Senduro truck. Arguably the best part of that whole truck. You know, I'm going to put this together and show you guys the high points of the transmission. Take a look. This is what you get in the Stealth X transmission kit. Now notice there are two top shafts. That allows you to put the motor plate to the front or back of the vehicle. That's a really nice feature, and you can still do all your overdrive no matter where the motor plate is, front or back. Really nice. You can see your idler gears or your drive gears. Here's your output gears, and this thing is nice. There's no actual slipper on it. It's just kind of got like a slipper eliminator. And let's go ahead and look at the paperwork on this thing. To get this started, we have that part right there. Gate 01, Gate 02, Gate 03. Now, if I flip this over, you can see the actual gear ratios. No overdrive, stock, and then overdrive option 2. That's what I'm going for. However, this is the actual configuration that I'm going to end up with right here. And you can see all those ratios are available in either direction. Starting off with this right here. With my build, this is the back end of it. Now, they say this is an overdrive transmission. They're not overdriving anything. All they are is underdriving the rear. Now here you have some nice large bearings, and that spacer has to go in there. Now those bearings are large, and they help keep the transmission gears from doing this number because that's the only thing connecting these gears. They press in. Now the press is pretty tight. See if I can make this go just like that. And that's what you're going to end up with. The bearings allow the front output and the rear output to turn at different speeds without any friction. This is the idler gear shaft, and bearing assembly. Those two little pins go into here. Careful not to lose them. And that's where they go. And then that right there just kind of goes back in. And that's the assembly, how it goes in the transmission. This is the gear configuration. You're going to have your input gear right here, and it's driving this gear right to here. Now this gear is a little bit larger than this one, and this gear is a little bit smaller than this one. So that's what gives the back the underdrive and the front the overdrive. That's it right there, how it's going to go into the transmission. And here they are in the transmission. Everything spins freely. Now granted, there's some movement because you know you kind of got to have the other side of the transmission case on. You can see the difference in gears. Doubt I want to be able to show you much. Well, you can see just a little bit of the gear at the top going a little bit faster than the rear. So yeah, this is the front, this is the back in my transmission configuration. You can totally do it the other way. You just build it basically with these gears all on the other side, and you'll use that input gear to get it. I greased up the gears. I wanted to show you guys. You can see I didn't grease them up a whole lot, just a little bit. If you add too much grease, all you do is end up with more resistance in your driveline. So just enough to coat the gears and you're all set. Next up is simply putting the gearboxes together. Close these halves up. A little sloppy, but I'm sure it'll tighten up a little bit. And besides, you don't really want that really tight anyway. Not bad though, I like it. Those 5 bolts you got in the kit that were really long, well, this is where they go. 2mm hex wrench will put them right in. With everything tightened up, there's still a little bit of slop on the output gears, but still that's not an issue. Everything spins nice and freely. If you put this together, or any transmission for that matter, if you put it together and it does not spin freely, take it back apart and find out why. If not, you're just going to have heat issues with the motor, ESC, or both. The 3 countersunk screws you got go right here to hold your motor plate on. Although it looks like it, there is no clutch that goes into here. This just kind of slides on and lines up with those grooves in the spur gear, and that's it. So currently there is no clutch. I might have to try something, but that comes at a later date. And at this point, you just simply put the nut on here, which is basically a wheel nut. Tighten that up, and then it's time for the motor. And this is it. Now the book calls for an 18 tooth pinion gear. I don't really have a lot of 48 pitch gears around, but I did have a 22. And I think the 22 is going to work out pretty good because where this is going, it might need to be geared up a little bit. But anyway, the transmission is really versatile. It went together well. I don't foresee any issues at all. Now the bolts I've got holding the motor in place are actually the bolts that hold your cover in place. I just wanted to, you know, just kind of mock it up a little bit. But simple, easy build. I really like the transmission. I really do. So that's the StealthX transmission. In all honesty, this thing is really nice. It's really versatile. Being able to change the outputs front and back, so you can put the pinion and spur in the front of the truck or in the back of the truck, is a really nice thing. And I believe this is going to end up being one of those transmissions that swapped into a bunch of different trucks. Just because you can do the overdrive right here in the transmission. You can also do one-to-one. If you get the transmission kit like I did, you'll have to order another set of gears to get that, but it can also do one-to-one. Overall, I think, I don't mean to make some guys mad, but I really think this is the best part of the Senduro truck. I'm on the Facebook groups with that truck, and it's got issues, just like every other model out there. It's not the most greatest game-changing truck out there, but I do believe this is the jewel of that truck right here. That's why I got it. So hopefully I don't make any associated guys mad. Didn't mean to, but you know, just gotta say how I feel. I don't have the truck, so maybe if I had the truck I might change my mind, but that panhard mount on the frame, that thing flexes way too much. And why do I have to buy the truck and then go right back to the manufacturer to buy the hard parts to stop the issues that the truck has out of the box that the manufacturer knows about? Sorry, but it should come with the correct parts, the hard parts as they're called. However, hopefully I don't make anybody mad. This is the best part, and you're going to see this in another truck of mine. Probably real soon. And it's not an Associated. But anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. And if you want to get this transmission directly from Associated, there is a link in the description below. Thank you all for watching.